From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Thanks for joining us this morning. It's Wednesday, October 25th.
Let's get started.
I am very distressed by the one-sidedness of this original resolution.
Thank you for being the voice of voiceless and powerless children of Palestine.
Difficult conversations at home as war rages in the Middle East. Your community station listening to all voices late into the night as conflict found its way to the Bay.
That was our thing, like we're going to do cruise tonight.
Cruise control. California transportation bosses pumping the brakes on robo-taxi rides.
I teach because I love seeing the kids achieve their goals in life.
A Bay Area teacher uniting communities and showing young people their own possibility. We elevate a Bay Area bridge builder's big honor.
That is it. The Suns come into San Francisco and knock off the Warriors.
The Dubs drop the opener? Is it a sign of an even tougher Western Conference? Keep the faith, Dub Nation. And saying hello to an old friend. Bob's back to lead in the Bay.
And we wish you a very good morning. I'm Reed Cowan. Sorry, Warriors. Get mad at it. Do better next time. That's what I say.
I'm Gianna Franco. It's game one. It's all right.
All in perspective.
It is all perspective, and we have a long season ahead of us.
And
Just
it
happy
wasn't
it's back.
a blowout.
No.
And Draymond wasn't there. That was the reason, you know, power of positive thinking. When Draymond's back, everything will be fine. Right, Jessica? Everything's going to be fine for Bay Area sports fans. You know, we had a Niners loss and a Warriors loss, but it's okay. It's Wednesday.
We just have to get past this week. It's just a weird week. The weather, there's something off with the weather. That's really what it is. They'll be back next week. Everything's going to be good. Let's dive into this weird forecast, though, because we have a cold front moving its way in today. Blame all of your problems on it if you want to, I guess, especially sports related. As we're waking up this morning, we're sitting in the 50s throughout the Bay Area. Clear skies above me right now at that live look of the Santa Clara Valley. This is the Santa Clara Valley right there. I mean, we're talking about low 50s near Los Gatos and San Jose. Low 50s stretching all the way up into Redwood City and into the heart of San Francisco. Just across this beautiful Bay Bridge this morning into Oakland, we're also sitting in the 50s. So nice and cool to kick it off. But heading into this afternoon, well, we're not going to warm up too much more. I mean, daytime highs today, they're about 10 degrees cooler than where we were at yesterday. And with these clear skies and a little bit of a breeze, you can see that with that American flag just kind of waving in the wind right now. An offshore wind bringing in about 20-mile-per-hour wind gust into this afternoon near San Francisco. That's all thanks to low pressure moving its way in from the north. That's going to bring us a splash of showers. And then we see another cold front move its way in as we head into our Friday forecast, too. So a cool week for us throughout the Bay Area. Cloudy sky is going to start rolling in later into this afternoon ahead of that cold front really settling its way in. Look at this band of rain. It looks pretty intimidating, but really it's only going to impact the North Bay. So if you live near Santa Rosa and Bodega Bay, you'll get a light splash of showers just around that 3-4 o'clock hour. And then by 8 o'clock, look at this. I mean, it's just cloudy skies throughout the rest of the evening tonight. All the way into our forecast tomorrow, we'll actually see clear conditions, but those temperatures, they're still going to hold on tight. Upper 60s expected in our inland areas, low 60s along our coast. We'll have more on that in a bit. For now, over to you, G.
All right, Jess, thank you. Let's talk about the freeways right now. You can see them just fine, at least at the Golden Gate Bridge. So I'm starting here to let you know we're not having any fog issues this morning, which is great. We saw a lot of that yesterday. It kind of came in a little later, though, so keeping an eye on here. But right now, smooth sailing through that area. Now, if you are headed across 880 this morning, southbound starting to get a little bit busy right now. If you're headed from that 238, 580 Castro Valley Y connector to the Nimitz, well, that is backing up this morning. We've got a crash reported here, blocking at least a couple of lanes. They've issued a traffic alert, so give yourself some extra time through Castro Valley.
All right, G, thanks. Well, the ripple effects of war in the Middle East found their way to the Bay. A flashpoint at the Richmond City Council as our community grapples with the issues affecting Palestinians and Jews. Overnight, leaders in Richmond passed a resolution expressing support for Palestinians in Gaza. Here's some of what that resolution asserts. The original language said ethnic cleansing and collective punishment by the state of Israel and a stand of solidarity with the Palestinian people of Gaza. Community members sounded off for hours. The language of that resolution sparked calls from Jewish leaders overnight for people to show up and voice opposition. They say the language is one-sided. But in the end, only one council member agreed with that one-sided position, Cesar Zepeda. He says he supports a free Palestine, but says the resolution should be revised to focus on bringing both Israeli and Palestinian communities together. Well, in the end, his was the only vote of no to the resolution. Sean Chitness will be live a little bit later in the show with more on this. But this all plays out while Israeli officials stand ready for a ground invasion of Gaza, despite some world leaders saying we've got to have a ceasefire. Meanwhile, the White House says a ceasefire would only benefit Hamas right now. Meanwhile, at a United Nations Security Council meeting, Secretary of State Antony Blinken repeated warnings to allies of Hamas to not get involved, or they also will face retaliation. Let's come home now. The man accused of fatally stabbing Cash App founder Bob Lee is expected to make another court appearance today to determine his trial date. You see Mr. Lee's photo there on the screen. The last time we saw his accused killer, Nima Momeni, was in early October when Momeni was denied a bail release. In another courtroom across the country, Donald Trump faced off with his ex-attorney turned enemy, Michael Cohen. This is all a part of Trump's New York fraud trial. Cohen is a key witness in that case that could topple Trump's business ventures in New York State. Cohen testifying Trump directed him to fake Trump's net worth by inflating the value of his properties. It's been a bad week for Mr. Trump. His former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, got immunity and offered testimony that's pretty damning to Trump's defense in the presidential election case. And a group of former Trump allies, including a third Trump attorney, pled guilty in Georgia's election interference case.
Well, Reed, the DMV is slamming the brakes on Cruz's robo-taxi rides, citing safety concerns. There's been a string of recent incidents like cars blocking first responders or glitching out on streets, causing backups. The state says Cruz wasn't upfront with them about a recent crash involving one of their driverless cars. The robo-taxis returned to headquarters after the DMV pulled the plug on their permits. Cruz has cut its San Francisco fleet of driverless cars in half. That's 50 vehicles during the day and 150 vehicles at night. The DMV is now looking into this October 2nd crash that left a pedestrian severely injured. As our Jocelyn Moran reports, some people who have come to rely on the robo-taxis are worried about what happens next.
Honestly, I'm really sad because I kind of that was our thing. We're going to do cruise tonight.
Fabiola Tavui spends a lot of time in San Francisco because many of her friends live here. She tells us she's been in driverless cars operated by Cruz about 9 different times. That included nights with her friends and other nights where she would be in the car by herself.
As a woman, you feel completely safe. You don't have to be worried about where's this car gonna take me, am I going to be followed after, or is someone gonna call me after, or any kind of information that a possible driver could have.
She said the rates are a bit higher than Uber or Lyft, but she doesn't mind it because she doesn't have to tip. And she said an operator usually checks in on her while she's in the car. On Tuesday, the DMV said the company's cars present an unreasonable risk to public safety and that Cruz misrepresented safety information. One of the latest incidents happened downtown near Market and 5th earlier this month. A person driving a regular car hit a woman walking, sending her into the path of the robo-taxi. Cruz in a statement said in part, quote, "The AV braked aggressively before impact, and because it detected a collision, it attempted to pull over to avoid further safety issues. When the AV tried to pull over, it continued before coming to a final stop, pulling the pedestrian forward." The DMV in its order of suspension says the AV traveled approximately 20 feet and reached a speed of 7 miles an hour before coming to a subsequent and final stop. The pedestrian remained under the car. They say representatives with the DMV met with CHP and Cruz representatives, adding that, quote, "Footage of the subsequent movement of the AV to perform a pullover maneuver was not shown to the department, and Cruz did not disclose that any additional movement of the vehicle had occurred after the initial stop of the vehicle." The department requested Cruz provide the additional footage, which they received October 13th. We asked Fabiola if she ever experienced a time where she felt unsafe while riding in a Cruz car without a driver.
Honestly, not time I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna crash into someone. No, not at all. There was maybe one time that it just stopped really hard, but we were wearing seatbelts and immediately the operator called in. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is great.
Cruz is still allowed to test its robo-taxis as long as there is a driver inside. Waymo still has the green light to operate its driverless cars in San Francisco and Los Angeles.